Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Priska Oserale of Gold Imperial Academy. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for all of your comments. Thank you for all of your likes. We appreciate you. We do not take you for granted. Thank you so very much for watching our videos, sharing it, liking it. Thank you. We have been discussing about seam finishing in our Facebook community Gold Imperial Academy, and some people have requested that we should do a tutorial to show some of the seam finishings that we have talked about. So today I would like to show you the French seam. Now the French seam finishing is the type that you have to encase your seam inside. To achieve the French seam, you have to first of all sew on the right side. I will advise that you take a very small seam allowance like 0.25, or if you take a larger seam allowance, you should trim it off. Because you'll be sewing twice, I will advise that you make sure that you have enough seam allowance to your fabric. So this is the right side of my fabric and this is the wrong side. Now because this fabric looks alike, I've taken the liberty of marking the wrong side so you can see what I am doing on camera. So this is the right side. So to do your French seam like I was talking about, it's usually better to do the French seam on a part that you have to sew straight. Okay, it may not really go well on a curvy part. Like if you have to sew it on a portion of your garment that is curvy like this, it may not come out neatly. It's better you do it on the portion of your garment that you have to do a straight stitching. To do my French seam, I will turn that part of the garment. This is a sleeve actually, so I will turn it right side up. That is, the right side will be up, the right side would also be up here. If I turn it this way, my right side will be up while the wrong side will be facing each other. Okay, so this is how you do it. So the right side has to be up, that is facing you, while the wrong side is facing each other, as against the other way that you are to make your seam when you are stitching your garments. So I'm going to take this to the machine. I'll try and use a contrasting color so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to sew this. Just take like 0.25, sew it all the way to the hem of the sleeve. Now I have stitched this. I hope you can see it. So this is the right side. I've stitched it using 0.25 seam allowance. Okay, so you can see this. All right, so now I'm going to turn it inside out. Remember, I marked my wrong side, so now the wrong side will be facing you while the right side is now facing the right side. Now if you have stitched this by, let's say, 0.5, you might need to trim this, okay, so that your seam allowance is not poking out on the other side when you do the second stitching of encasing this first stitch. Now I have turned it out, so this is my sleeve now, is now on the wrong side. So now I'm going to sew again by 0.5, encasing the first seam allowance that I made. All right, so now I'm taking it to my machine and I'm going to go ahead and sew this. So let's go. All right, so this is it after stitching it. Now I have encased the first seam that I made inside this second seam. I'm using a contrasting color of thread so that you can see what I am doing. All right, you are to use a matching color of thread. So this is my right side and this is my wrong side of the fabric. So this is what the wrong side will look like. All right, and this is what the right side will look like. You can see it. Okay, so you can give this a good press now to flatten your seam. If the first seam allowance you took is quite much, you can trim it down. Okay, trim it down to be very tiny before you now go ahead and encase that seam allowance on the inside. Now this type of seam, that is the French seam finishing, is very good when you are sewing things like your chiffon, your organza. I use it for lace as well. Okay, any sheer fabric at all. Okay, so this makes your garment looks very neat and also makes the seam blend into the fabric. Okay, so that when you're looking at it from the outside, you wouldn't see any contrasting color the seam is going to look really neat even when you are looking at it from the outside. Sometimes I use it for heavier fabrics like the Ankara. If I am going to be making it unlined, all right, I use it as well for this. But usually for sheer fabrics such as chiffon, organza, and other lightweight fabrics, this is really good. It really comes out very neat and good. As we continue the series of discussion on seam finishing, we'll keep showing you how to do these types of seam finishing, so that as we give you the notes, we'll also show you the practicals of how to achieve this in garment making. I hope you found this very useful. Please don't forget to like and share and subscribe to our channel, and also inform others about this channel and implore them to subscribe as well. We thank all of our subscribers. Thank you so very much for watching, and thank you so very much for being a part of the Gold Imperial Academy family. We appreciate you. We have a community on Facebook, Gold Imperial Academy. That is where we discuss issues concerning garment making and pattern drafting. And we also have page on Instagram, J Gold Imperial. We also have another page on Facebook, J Gold Imperial. We thank you so very much for being with us. Do not forget that we have our online trainings. To get in touch with us, you can check the description box, where I'll be dropping the link on how to get in touch with us. Till we come here again next time, my name is Priska Oserali. Bye.